Hey everyone, welcome back to the Absolute Sound Show. This is going to be episode 5, and today I'm joined again with my colleague Anand from Home Theater. Today we're going to be discussing the final installment of this series on home theater, and we're going to be going through Anand's projects, or at least just a few examples of the projects Anand has done for some of our clients. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Let's check it out. So now I have the third setup over here, and I believe this one is quite a special one. Actually, tell you what, I'll show it to you already, since you'll probably be able to guess,
Okay.
right? So why don't you tell us a little bit about this particular client setup?
So this particular client, basically, it's a huge place. It's a landed
Okay.
multiple levels. And he has a living space as well as he has a dedicated space in the basement.
So 2 spaces that they wanted to do up, is it?
Yeah, so he wanted a simple, nice system for the living area, but he wanted to make use of the basement as a dedicated home theater space.
Okay.
But
Cool.
the challenging part was the ceiling in the basement is not that high.
Okay.
So after meeting the client, going through a couple of demos and coming out with different options, what goes best for which area, basically we decided to narrow down on lifestyle speakers. So the configuration which was used for the living space is what we call 5.2. So we used 2 subwoofers, 0.4 for the Atmos,
Okay.
because the living space was already done up. That means all the fixtures, all the carpentry works, everything, even the false ceiling, everything was up. Whereas the basement space was a bare open area for you to play around with it. And for a person like me, nothing can be better than that, because that gives me the creativity to, suggest what's right. So we decided to go for the brand called Elipson. We wanted to go for something which is nice and cute, which complemented the space. So we decided to go for Planet L's.
This is the living
The living room.
Okay.
Planet M's for the center, and again for the surround we use the same Planet M's. The Inceiling speakers were from the same family of Elipson. Because it's a large space, we decided to go for 2 subs instead of 1.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Now, due to the basement where he wants a nice dedicated home theater, instead of going for a different brand, I basically decided to go for the same Elipson brand, but in this case we wanted to create a nice cinematic experience. So we went for the Prestige Facet, which is the floor standing
Oh, yeah.
speakers,
Mhm.
because you want that dynamics. So here we ended up using the floor standing speakers from Prestige Facet, the center speaker, bookshelf speakers for the surround.
Okay.
We do have on-wall speakers for surround back, so it's actually 7 speakers at ear level. If you look carefully, because of the challenges of the ceiling, we decided to go for the upward firing Atmos.
Oh, okay.
So we have replaced the upward firing speakers on the front speakers as well as on the surround speakers, because you want to have that immersive experience. So here I had to basically work with the ID, who is actually also he's a contractor. I think so. He does build buildings.
Oh, okay.
So it was nice of him, basically trying to create a kind of a mood for that particular space. Have nice step, front row and second row.
So you really made it like a home theater,
Yeah,
a full
and,
theater
a
experience.
full theater experience. Though it's a basement, let's pad the side walls, put some nice ambient lighting, put a bit of rock wool to take away the vibrations. At the same time, conceal the cables inside. And earlier we decided to leave the ceiling as plain white, but there was something missing, because the customer wanted to go for a TV instead of a projector screen. So it looked a bit bright, in a dark area, but the white ceiling gave it a very different look. So it was a last minute suggestion, why don't we go for the Starry nights?
Starry nights.
Yeah, so we use the fiber optical LED
Oh, okay.
to give you the effect of stars.
Okay, yeah.
And you know, you have those RGB colors which you can
That's
play around with. So that basically changed the entire look and feel of the space. So it's like literally you're going into your private cinema where your image and sound, you know, they complement each other.
Movie under the stars, huh?
Movie
That
under the
sounds good.
stars.
Nice. So that configuration was a 7.1.4? Or
No, so 7.2.4.
Oh, I see. Okay. And in terms of the subwoofer, you were using the Prestige Facet series.
Yeah, so we use the 10-inch subs because
Okay.
you say, personally, I would say if you have a dedicated space, don't compromise. Try to maximize because you will not be doing this every other day. These things are done once, and maybe after 10 or 15 years, you might plan to upgrade or change something else.
Or maybe you'll just change your house entirely.
You never know. You never know.
We've seen that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, you need to keep in mind that, you know, there are different genres, there are different contents. The system is meant for family. You want to be playing some movies which has nice action scenes, you know, nice good bass. At the same time, you want to use it for playing music as well. But what about the time when you're playing it soft? So an additional sub always helps because sometimes you could have what we call bass traps. A single sub might sound a bit flat, whereas the two subs, they complement each other.
Okay.
Newer systems even allows you to put 4 subwoofers.
Wow.
So that's where we come in and we will suggest, you know, whether should we go for 2, should we go for 4, based on the space.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think that was, you know, pretty unique, that whole ceiling thing with the Starry Night lighting. I think that's probably the only one I've ever seen out of all our home theater ones that have that kind of lighting.
So the idea which basically came up to me was from, so I was just going through his house and I ended up walking into the guest toilet and he had it there.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, why don't we replicate the same thing downstairs? Nothing can be better than that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that worked out. Huh?
That worked out very well, I would say.
All right. So that is the third setup.
One happy customer.
Okay.